but let's see if Fabiano will say enough is enough, and by agreeing to a draw, gives the first place to the young.
Yeah, actually, if it's a draw, I really, in my heart, so much have this feeling just to run to the tournament hall, hug Vincent, and say how proud I am. What
we
a performance.
Force you to do
no, but the problem is that I don't want to disturb the other players because they are playing. Yeah, this is the problem. If it would be the last game, then yes, but
it would be great that we would show and we would go on with commentary. The moment of the trainer and the student.
I would be very happy. I mean, if it would be possible, but
we should make it possible.
The handshake, yeah, the players are discussing.
That's it.
Congrats, Peter. Congrats.
Thanks a lot, bravo, Vincent. Amazing.
For Vincent and here to the coach. So
then I'm running.
Yeah, Peter is running, and let's see the moment of truth.
Peter, today was an incredible day. I just want to know your raw feelings. Vincent has won the first Grand Slam tour happening in Weissenhaus. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's amazing. Really fantastic. It was such an honor, yeah, such a pleasant feeling to witness this from the front row, yeah, doing the commentary and seeing that, Vincent, game after game, comes up with some incredible concepts. I knew that he's capable of doing extraordinary things, but to do it so consistently, and every single game, this was sensational. Today, for example, he's thinking 20 minutes after move 1. Yeah, I told him it was one of the strategies before the tournament that when the classical portion starts, then please take your time. Don't rush anything, because if you get to bad position, it doesn't matter how much time you have on the clock. Yeah, so this is kind of the strategy. But then when you see him thinking, and then he's thinking, you are praying that he will then play a good move. But is there a good move in the position? That's the big question. Yeah? And he came up with this f5, d5, e5, d takes d5, knight, 8, g6. Couldn't believe my eyes that what an incredibly deep concept.
To give an opponent a protected passer after f4.
In move
and
4
to assess
black,
that it's okay for you.
Exactly.
Wow.
And also it was very important because psychologically he understood, I think, that Fabiano had discussed this position probably with Hikaru and with Magnus before, yeah, so he runs into preparation, and the rook takes e5, taking back the pawn doesn't look attractive, yeah, so in order to be able to play his first move with f5, he had to not only foresee but evaluate that actually this knight 8 g6 position is absolutely playable. And then Fabio, of course, being in a must-win situation, didn't know exactly how to react. He went for this very interesting and very creative c4 idea.
So this entire opening concept was incredible.
It was incredible. Yeah, I have never seen something like this. I'm not even sure if I will see it ever again, because this was really so unique. Yeah, this is such an incredible thing. We have also seen the other games. Yes, one could argue that Black was in a must-win situation, the way how Nodirbek and how Sindarov were playing. But when I saw them analyzing and then I saw them playing it, I was just thinking, Vincent, find something else. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this direction. And I also know that what type of positions Vincent is feeling more happy with. And then he finds this unbalance with this pawn sacrifice. Then against c4, which looks so dangerous. He finds the way that this d takes c4, c6, g5 is the right move. g5 was absolutely the clean and clutch move. Yeah, because without g5, the whole concept of Fabi would have paid off. But g5 surprisingly, we had Levon in the studio together. All of us were discussing without engines. So it was fascinating to understand the dynamic and everything, all the ideas behind. And finally, we came to the conclusion that yes, this after G5, we don't see suddenly how white should proceed. And then Vincent completely neutralized Fabi, and at the end of the day, he already out of strength played the draw because he could have even played for more, but it was already not important. Sensational day, but also what before Vincent has done, the way how he knocked out Alireza, then Magnus, and then beat Fabi yesterday, and then today he drew this game was amazing.
Even to sort of knock out Magnus, I mean, he won with the white pieces, but then that game with black to kind of resist when Magnus is coming with all his force to win is not easy.
Not easy. There again, Vincent actually benefited from a very good opening. He spent a lot of time, and it was also one of the strategies that we had before the game. It was, okay, how do you prepare? You can't really prepare, yeah? So I'm as a trainer, coach, trying to give him at least some kind of an advice that I hope that he can use, yeah? This is the only thing that I can do. And I had this feeling that, okay, first of all, forget that draw exists. For today's game, draw does not exist, yeah? Because we know exactly that if Magnus gets the upper hand, better position, comfort and everything, then it will be almost impossible to stop him. And then Vincent spent time, and instead of going for d5, which would have given this stone wall structure and solid play, and then let's see, maybe I can hold the draw against Magnus, he opted for c5.
Yes.
And this was, when he played c5, I was so happy, because I felt like this is exactly what we talked about. Yeah, that listen to yourself, listen to your inner feelings, what you feel like should be the move, go for it, forget that you play against Magnus and whatever, just play the position. And then he outplayed Magnus.
Even f4 move, like
f4 was amazing, yeah. Everything.
We were saying like it was the top engine choice, and we thought, okay, it's good, but will he play it? And
yeah,
for Vincent, it was so clear that knights don't need to go to e3, so he must play f4. Like,
yes.
His clarity was incredible.
Exactly, yeah, it was stunning. I think he was driving Magnus completely crazy. Yeah, that, okay, what is this? Where are my chances? However, Magnus is Magnus, yeah. So when all of a sudden he got the chance, then he found this BC e4 concept that despite trading queens and despite sacrificing a pawn, he gets dynamic idea with e4, e5, and all of a sudden the pressure was on Vincent. And he was very comfortable before, then he was confused and he was upset with himself. How did this is exactly what I should have not done. Now Magnus is coming out, then he lost the direction. But then just when I thought like, okay, that's it, Magnus takes the match, Vincent clock is ticking down, I think he had like 1.5 minutes, and thinking, goes down to 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, and then came up with this knight a5
Knight
defense.
a5.
Incredible defense, because it was so unexpected, this move knight a5.
Even Magnus couldn't find c5.
Yeah, he couldn't find, because I think that the trick was, this is my feeling, as a commentator, I also asked with Judith, we talked about this, and with Nicholas, that let's zoom in on the players, yeah, to get the feeling. And one had the feeling that Vincent is shaking his head, he is disappointed. Magnus at the same time feels like, yes, I have done it, I will convert now, this is my position, nothing can happen. And he did not have knight a5 on his radar at all, or at least the idea behind it, because he immediately fell into the main idea that bishop e6, b6, and all of a sudden knight is coming with a tempo, and black is too active.
Actually, I asked Magnus, and he said that he didn't realize that b6 and this was so strong that he would have no chances at all. Like, he thought there must be something.
Of course, yeah, because you are pawn up, black still needs some 2-3 moves to win back the pawn. At the same time, you can activate your rook, you get access to the h7 pawn, you have active pieces, but the coordination of black forces suddenly gets so good that, that even black doesn't really need to worry about anything, and Magnus couldn't even try.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was
so good.
Yeah, fantastic. But also before, how he put the pressure on Magnus in the first game, which he won, yeah, right from the beginning, and then not letting go the advantage. Yes, Magnus was coming out because Vincent was too low on the clock, but he always kept the control. Even when, of course, I was following live, I spotted the tactic that he could have played rook f7, rook takes c7, rook takes b7, and I knew that definitely they both calculated the rook c7, but probably the move rook takes b7 is missed, and if one of the players is missing this, he kind of, gives you the feeling that you cannot go into this direction, yeah, and when you are low on time, you tend to believe your opponent, yeah, so it was absolutely logical from Vincent's perspective that if Magnus does not afraid of this continuation, then it does not work, and it looks like it doesn't work, and then you take it for granted, you look in the other direction, and this is how that golden opportunity was missed, and I felt like, oh no, then Magnus will hold, but then Vincent managed to ask some questions against the g4 pawn, and black suddenly had this knight f3 blockade with g4 pawn, but it turned out computer was saying that in order to save the game, Magnus has to jump back with the knight from f3 to d4, which is humanly, in time trouble, so difficult to do, because thanks to knight d4 f3, you were defending, and then just in 2 moves to move that knight back. It's insane. Yeah, this is, computer doesn't care, because for computer every single position is like new, and it evaluates and calculates from scratch. From a human perspective, you are so happy that you play g5, g4 with the idea to go cement the knight on f3, you have the cement there, and then to remove the cement, no way. No human would ever do that.
Wow. And Peter, one question on everyone's mind is, like, what is it about Vincent that makes him so good at freestyle chess? Like, do you have, I have asked a lot of people, the answers that I have got are like, he just understands where the pieces belong, he's very strong in positional chess. Do you also think so, or do you have some deeper insights there?
Well, first of all, he loves it, yeah, so he has a very positive attitude towards Fischer random chess. I remember that he was playing in Biel, yeah, and they had this triathlon, and always before the tournament started, they started Fischer random chess, and he always enjoyed it, and he always performed well. So I think that it comes from this natural feeling that he knows that, freestyle chess, Fischer random chess is my friend. Yeah, I think this is also something that one should keep in mind, that when you are positive towards something and the situation is so chaotic, you get a new position, like for example today, I don't know if I would be there with black and I would be looking that if I do this it's bad, if I do that it's bad, the clock is ticking, I got this position, why did I get this, all these kind of thoughts are coming to your mind, you cannot play a normal game anymore, but Vincent immediately puts those thoughts aside, just focuses on the position, and he tries to find the harmony out of this position. And this is of course, you have to have this natural gift for this. Yeah, it's I can reveal these secrets because this is a natural gift. It's not like you can learn it or not. You have it or not. I believe this is one of those things. And you can see, if you look at all these games that he played, that always in the openings, in the classical portion, he played extremely well. Very accurate, got the advantage with white, outplayed Fabiano, outplayed Magnus. Against Alireza with black, the very first game, he also came up with this c6 move, which was not played by Fabi, not played by Hikaru.
He actually understood that bishop d5 is not needed.
Not needed at all, and in fact you have to leave that rook on e4, and he was also not afraid of ghost, that bishop h5 is a threat, yeah, so it was extremely impressive, all these kind of things, and I believe that also when you have 1 or 2 games like this, you get the confidence, you get the feeling that, wait a second, I can rely on my feelings, I'm in shape, I'm enjoying this, I'm doing well, I'm up for the challenges, yeah, and for the players who are suffering, who are struggling, like for example Gukesh, yeah, he can never really, he could never really feel himself comfortable, safe, secure on the ground, because it was always slippery. Right. Yeah, it's like you are walking on ice, and no matter what you do, somehow it's not working, it's always against you. Then you see only mostly the negative things. Yeah, then whenever Gukesh finally had the chance to fight, he was fighting like lion. Yeah, he was saving so many bad positions. So it's not like he was in bad shape. No, it was just that he could never really stabilize himself. And we talked about this with him also during the tournament. I felt like, okay, just one win somehow, then you get this click. Yeah, like the game becomes your friend. You feel like, okay, yes, I'm enjoying it, but he never managed. Maybe the next tournament in Paris will be completely different. Yeah, so
True.
It's never like this that just because this was not successful, then okay, you cannot play like this or you cannot play like that. No, it's every tournament is different. I believe that these small little nuances, when these small things work in your favor, you start to breathe better, you start to enjoy life better, yeah, because you feel like, okay, no matter what kind of challenges are coming, you will be up to the task.
You know, Vincent said he didn't open his laptop at all here, which for me was like a huge surprise. And he said, no, just I was going on walks, I was just feeling good.
Yeah, he was resting. He was also very tired, of course, after Weissenhaus, after Tata Steel. Actually, the preparation for Weissenhaus started in Prague. No, sorry, what I'm also very it started in Weissenhaus before the game against Pragnananda, because Vincent had a bad tournament, yeah. So we thought like, okay, he will have one white color left in the last round. He playing against Pragnananda, who is fighting for tournament victory. The idea is not spoil or destroy Prague's tournament. The idea is to play a good game so that he can go to Weissenhaus with good feelings. Yeah, to leave everything behind in Weissenhaus, which did not work. So this game against Pragnananda was actually extremely unlucky that he got Vincent in this moment when it was not about Weissenhaus, it was about Weissenhaus, you know that.
For him, a new tournament had begun.
Exactly.
Wow.
To bring all the positive energy and positive moments that despite you are tired and so on, you feel like, yes, the new tournament is coming, I'm ready. Actually, that game was a free share random chess. Vincent played e4, which is not his main opening. Then Pragnananda surprised him with the Caruana, like Nodirbek. Then Vincent over the board decided, okay, wait a second, I will play knight c3, d5, knight f3, and after like move 3-4, they were both thinking for half an hour. It was very much the Fischer random split, and it worked to perfection in that game. And Vincent came with extremely good emotions here, and we both thought like, okay, now you are ready.
Amazing. And lastly, Peter, I want to ask you, when Vincent won, you left the commentary box, you ran up to him, I think you also hugged him. It feels like your own victory, does it? Also, I saw Sophie, she was so happy, not just today. Every time Vincent won, she had this smile on her face. Of course, Vincent's family was here, father, Stephanie was here. Just this bond that you and Vincent share with each other is so special.
Yeah, it's very special, of course. Yeah, I was so happy for him. First of all, okay, I know what it means to win a tournament like this. Yeah, this is insane. Beating Alireza, beating Magnus, and beating Fabiano in all 3 sets, yeah, without any playoffs, without any blitz tiebreaks, rapid tiebreak whatsoever. In every single match, at least in one game outplaying the opponent. Yeah, this is incredible. And that's why I asked from Judith the permission that, Judith, what do you think? My heart says I have to run. Can I run? And she said, yeah, go. And of course I was running. It was a very special moment, because if Vincent, for example, wins the tournament with some lucky tie break and then, you know, in some crazy time scramble or something happened, then I would be very happy for him. But I would not have this feeling that I have to run. You know, this run, I'm a commentator. I know that my job is to be commentating, but I also believe that the people, the viewers, the audience understands that he had such a performance that I feel the need that I have to rush there and I have to share this moment with him.
This is what makes you special, your human side, your passion for everything. Peter, thank you for sharing this, and thank you for this time that you took out for the interview.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Sagar. Thank you.